who you talk to, everybody has an opinion about the president's executive order. News Channel 6 spoke with a local political scientist who has some insight. He says there are some important details that many of us have overlooked. News Channel 6's Samantha Williams live in the newsroom with more.
Kim, Dr. Craig Albert thoroughly broke down the executive order for us. He said the United States has never had an executive order that is quite like this.
Nothing like this has really happened that's that broad and this specific. There have been occasions where a president has specified attention to a country or from immigrants or refugees from a particular country for national security reasons.
But Augusta University political science professor Dr. Craig Albert says in the past, presidents have implemented additional vetting for certain countries. He points out that President Obama had a policy to keep close watch on most of the 7 countries in President Trump's executive order due to fear of terrorism.
It's a 120-day ban on refugees, after which we don't know what's going to happen. So I think that's what's causing more frustration than anything.
We're a nation that was founded by immigrants, and this policy is sort of like us against the world. And I think we should be working on building bridges right now instead of building walls.
Dr. Albert says there are several important parts to executive order that the media isn't discussing.
Something interesting about the executive order is that it also says, very hidden in the text, that local and state agencies should be allowed to examine, re-examine what refugees they want placed in their society.
This means specifically that states or even counties will have the authority to accept or deny refugees, depending on their origin.
I think if we read into what Trump is thinking, is that there have been attacks in Europe from refugees from these 7 countries, massive terrorist attacks. ISIS has specifically said they have a special operations force that has snuck into various Western countries disguised as refugees. If I can get in the mind of Trump for better or worse, that's what his mindset is.
Both Dr. Albert and the students we spoke with feel the order will have an opposite effect than what President Trump intends. They believe more people will sympathize with ISIS, if not join their force. Dr. Albert said as of last night, there is a federal hold on the executive order for court's review. Live in the newsroom, Samantha Williams, WJBF News Channel 6.